Another live coming at you. Okay. As always, guys, any relationship questions you have, please put your question in the comments. Just going to be answering some other questions on some other platforms at the same time. Just bear with me. Okay. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, guys, on Relationship Coach. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. Why isn't this working? That's better. Okay. Now I think we're all set up now, guys. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm a relationship coach. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments, whatever it is, okay? I coach people from all around the world, so really whatever question you have, I've heard them all before, so definitely ask. Look, if you feel unlucky in love or a bit like you're not really living the life you really want to in the relationship department, now's your chance to ask the question that you really want to ask, okay? Don't feel afraid to ask your question. If you feel like asking me a question about relationships, but you're a little bit nervous or you don't want to talk about your situation, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, okay? Don't live in pain. Let's do something about it. Guys, there's 5 main pillars to a 10 out of 10 relationship, okay? You have attraction, masculine, feminine energy, courtship, intimacy, and communication. They're all important. And if you master all of them, then your chance of achieving a 10 out of 10 relationship go up dramatically, okay? Guys, I'm also streaming on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube all at the same time. So I'm going to be answering questions from the different platforms. So if you have a question for me, put in the comments, and I'll try to answer it. If I miss your question, send me a message. I always respond to all my messages, okay? So don't live in pain. Let's do something about it. I'll show you how to achieve a 10 out of 10 relationship. Ask me your relationship questions, guys. Whatever relationship question you have, if you don't have a 10 out of 10 relationship, I want to know about it. So tell me about your situation. Put your situation in the comments. Ask me any question you want about relationships related, okay? Okay. Okay, Povey, how can I stop becoming the good friend when dating and friend zoning? Okay, so I assume you're getting friend zoned a lot, yeah? You have to build up that attraction. You have to build up that attraction, and it just all comes from attraction, yeah? Attraction is one of the core pillars to a 10 out of 10 relationship, one of the 5 pillars. So keep in mind that everything you say and everything you do when you're dating someone or even in a relationship makes their attraction for you go up or down. So keep that in mind, okay? So do things which raise the attraction. Okay, Arctic Fox. I was with a narcissist and things went well. Then all of a sudden he left and acts like I don't exist. Arctic Fox. One thing to keep in mind, have a guess how many times I hear the word narcissist a day, okay? Like 200 times a day. And statistically, there's statistically, the amount of narcissists which are really in the world is less than 1% of the population, okay? So probably the chance that you're ex was a narcissist is extremely, extremely slim, and he probably wasn't. Okay. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. So, look, if it didn't work out, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now to start progressing to actually achieve what you want to achieve in the relationship department? Povey, I friend zone myself. Well, what are you going to do about it? Maybe in some situations, maybe you're just finding people who you shouldn't be in a relationship with. Yeah. Just because you meet someone and it doesn't work out doesn't mean it should. Okay. So my question is, I did everything possible to make him happy, but why would a guy what? Watermelon. Hey, Kelly, thanks for jumping on, champion. I'm answering questions on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So if you got a question about relationships, put your relationship question in the comments and I'll do my best to answer it, okay? Watermelon, how do I move on when my ex was abusive and I'm scared to let someone in? Do it slowly, yeah. I made something called the relationship timeline, which says you don't want to get in a relationship with someone before the 2 or 3 month mark of knowing them. After that 2 or 3 months is up, that's when you should know them well enough to want to be exclusive with them if it feels right, yeah? So that 2 or 3 months is trying to build that trust and to build up a foundation of the relationship properly. So the foundation is in place so you can actually achieve a 10 out of 10 relationship. If you skip that 2 or 3 month stage, it is a lot harder. Okay. Hey, Virginia, thanks for jumping on, champion. Any questions about relationships, guys? Put your question in the comments, okay? Linda, question. So with stress in business, my ex gave that as a reason for lack of intimacy, lack of patience, etc., anger outbursts. Okay, not good. I've left the relationship, closed down the business, and then ex wanted to come back and saying it was all stress related and now is behaving. And I cannot bring myself to rebuild too much under the bridge. Now too many old ugly words, etc. Am I on the right track? Look, yeah, some of the things you're talking about there is what I call brain tattoos. Okay, so it's when someone says something which is so nasty and so emotionally damaging that it becomes tattooed in your brain, and no matter what you do, it's very hard to forget. If too many of these negative things have happened in your relationship, it's hard to salvage, and maybe it's best just to move on and find somebody else. I'm not saying it's unsalvageable. Like if you know the right methods and talk to me, I might be able to save it. I can't guarantee it without knowing the whole story, Linda. But if you don't want to seek professional help with it, it's probably best just to move on and find somebody better, yeah? Because once all those terribly scarring emotional things have happened, it's hard to make it work. That's why when someone comes to me and says, my boyfriend or husband cheated on me, can we get the relationship back to a 10 out of 10? In short, the answer is no. In short, just because it's so damaging and it takes so much work. Okay, new view. Do guys really like the chase? It's so hard sometimes. They do like to chase, but only up to a certain degree. Okay, keep that in mind. So if it's too hard and it's too much of a chase, guys are just going to go, it's too much. Okay, so it's got to be the right amount. And you may be thinking, how do I make a guy chase just the right amount? If you're not sure what the right amount is, you got to use a bit of intuition. Yeah, make them work for it so they feel proud of achieving something, but don't make it so hard that it looks like they're getting really frustrated. Linda, thank you, Jake. Yes, he is using drugs to mask as well. Is that something your ideal partner would do? And guys, ask yourself the question. Is this something my ideal partner would do? Is this something my ideal partner would say? And the answer is no too many times in a row. They're probably not going to be your ideal partner. Virginia, when talking to someone online that lives in another state, when is it a good time to discuss the future? I don't want to keep growing feelings for him if neither of us are going to eventually move, but I don't want to bring it up too soon. Yeah. And look, my quick rule for this is try not to even entertain the idea of talking to somebody or going on a date with them and they live more than, say, 5 hours away. Because if they live more than 5 hours away, you can't even see them on the weekends. Okay, so they want to be close enough so you can see them on the weekends. And if you see each other every weekend, then a relationship can start to progress and you can start to fall in love with each other and then eventually move in together. But if it's longer than that, you're going to be having some troubles. Virginia, I can't tell you if he's right or wrong for you. It's a question you need to ask yourself. You need to ask yourself in your gut and say, is this my ideal partner? Could this actually go somewhere? Okay. No, hey, but I kind of get narcissist vibes from you. That's great. If you don't like what I'm saying, 30 out, jump off. Yeah. Arctic Fox, I had no clue he was, but I found out the hard way it was drugs, alcohol makes things worse. It does make things a lot worse. When someone's abusing drugs or alcohol, it does make it a lot worse. Now, in saying that, if a guy has a few drinks, it's not necessarily means he's addicted to alcohol or drugs or anything like that. There's a large difference between someone just using and someone addicted. Yeah, make sure you know the difference there. Virginia, he is my ideal partner, but lives 12 hours away. Well, if he is your ideal partner and he also feels like he's your ideal partner, make a plan, have a good communication, have a good conversation about how you can make it work. Arctic Fox, he left all his stuff here, family pics, tools, all his clothes, and mail still comes. Okay. Sounds like he's a bit of a mess. Which part of Australia are you from, or from Queensland? Claire, when should you move in with your new partner? Between the 6 to 9 month mark. Yeah. Good on my relationship timeline that I made before 6 months is too soon. After 6 months, it's not too bad. Linda, how long do I wait before meeting another person? I'm divorced now. Why wait at all? Linda, life is so short and the time we have on this earth is so precious. Why wait? Okay? Why wait at all? You could get hit by a bus tomorrow and die. Get out there and meet your ideal partner today. Don't wait any longer, okay? We've been together 1.5 years and had problems because of his ex-wife, and now I don't know what to do. Yeah. I can't tell you what to do either unless I know more of the specifics, okay? But if you do want my one-on-one help, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. You can even go to my website, mattcoaching.com/opt-in, and book in a free call with me if you do want help, okay? Deary, I might be pregnant. What do I do? What can you do? I had no clue he was doing drugs. He left with no warning. Not a good situation. Linda, oh, wow. Yes, okay. Thanks heaps. I'm here to help, guys. I'm a relationship coach. My purpose in life is to help as many people as I can with relationships. So that's what I do every single day. Laz, what does it mean if your boyfriend keeps fighting his past? He's embarrassed. Does he regret it? It means stop asking him. Yeah. The past is in the past. Are you going that way? Are you going backwards through time? If you're not a time traveler, stop asking him about his past. It doesn't matter. Don't ask him how many people he slept with. Don't ask him how his past relationships ended. Don't ask him about previous things. He doesn't want to talk about it. Stop pushing him to talk about it, okay? Talk about the future. Talk about the present. The past, leave it there. Stop talking about it, okay? Okay, Freeman, it's cool live. No worries. I'm here to help, champion. I'm a relationship coach, so any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. If I miss your question at any time, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Have you ever muted anybody? No, actually, surprisingly, I haven't. Amy, what does it mean when you can't stop thinking about your ex, even knowing he moved on? It's perfectly normal, okay? It's perfectly normal to think about them occasionally or all the time at the start. Just it goes away over time, yeah? Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. You can't control your thinking. You can't control what thoughts pop in your head, but you can control how long you have them and if you choose to talk about it or not. Okay. Okay. Why is 6 months too soon? What if everything is so good financially? It's a great move. Because people can hide who they are for the first 2 to 3 months. Yeah. And then after 2 to 3 months, then you're in an exclusive relationship together. And between the three month to 6 month mark, you should be pretty much together every night anyway, just not living together. Okay. Don't move in together for 6 months. Okay. Life. What's the hurry? What's the rush? Take your time. Enjoy your time together. The thing is, it takes extra time. Yeah, if it takes extra time for all those emotions to really bind strongly and to really get to know someone deeply and all the little ins and outs and all the quirky things people do. If you do it too soon, you're putting too much extra pressure on the relationship and it gets harder, okay? Don't put extra pressure on something when it's still too young. Let it mature a little bit, okay? How do you got for in AFL? Only here to answer relationship questions. Should women make the first moves? They can make the first moves sometimes, okay? Like here's an example for you. Say 300 years ago, right? A woman's walking along in a big dress. She has a little handkerchief and she drops it on the ground in front of a guy and keeps walking. The guy runs over, picks up the handkerchief, runs over and say, Miss, you dropped your handkerchief. They start a conversation and he asks her out on a date and it goes well. Okay. So in that way, she kind of made the first move, didn't she? In a sort of backwards way. So she can make the first move, kind of. Yeah. And a woman can even make the first move just by looking attractive and just by smiling at a guy. She can make the first move with her body language and then wait for him to come over. You know, so there's a few things you can do. Lindy, can we replay this information? Yeah, so you can replay it on Facebook and you can also replay it on my YouTube channel. I post it up as well. Or if you got a specific question, just send me a message and I'll do my best to answer it. I'm definitely going to be missing some of these questions, guys. Just scrolling up and down, I miss where I'm up to. So if I miss your question, I'm sorry. Just send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll do my best to answer it for you. Do you just do relationship advice, or do you help with gambling addicts? Look, I can help with gambling addicts, but that's not what I focus on. My purpose and my passion in life is to help people with relationships. So that's what I do. Now, look, it's when I coach someone, if they have any underlying issues, like they're addicted to alcohol or gambling, or they have other issues, then I have to deal with those as well because, or say they're really bad with money and finances. I got to show them how to do it properly as well because not that I'm an expert at those things, but if they don't know the basic skills and they have other issues, it's going to be hard for them to have a 10 out of 10 relationship. So I need to help with those things as well. How do you stop overthinking and trust? It takes time. Yeah. Give yourself some positive reassurance. Just keep giving yourself positive reassurance. It does make a big difference. It sounds super simple just by saying nice words to yourself, but it works. It does work. When meeting a new person, how can you not try and find flaws your ex had in the new person? You just got to remind yourself that your past doesn't equal your future, and keep reminding yourself, don't let your past ruin your future. Okay, it happens all the time. Women self-sabotage themselves constantly. And it's a bad thing to do. Yeah. It's because you're trying to protect yourself, but you're not protecting yourself. You're actually hurting yourself. So keep that in mind. Okay. I feel like I'll treat the next person like if they are going to do what he did. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, and it is hard. And it is hard, but you just got to remind yourself that that's not healthy to do, okay? Carissa, my fiance and I just broke up after what advice? Just broke up after. What advice would you give after a breakup with a narcissist? Carissa, I hear the word narcissist like 200 times a day. I'm sick of hearing it. The amount of narcissists there are in the world is less than 1%. So I can almost guarantee that your fiance wasn't a narcissist. Maybe you just weren't good to each other. Maybe you just bring out the worst in him. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Maybe he's actually a good guy. Maybe you just see the worst of him. Okay. But back to your question. Okay, so you've broken up with the guy. Now it's time to move on. Start doing hobbies which you enjoy. Okay, so grab a piece of paper, write down 10 hobbies which you enjoy to do, which you currently do or want to do in the future, and then start doing them. It'll put you back in a society, and it will be good on a lot of levels for a lot of things. So do that hobby thing. It works really well. Linda, like I know attraction, getting to know them, growing, etc. But what is the guidelines? What's the guidelines to what, Linda? Yeah, can you write your question a different way, Linda? I'm not sure what you mean. What guidelines? What are you talking about? Okay, think. What does it mean when a guy compliments you a lot when you first meet? It means he likes you. What do you mean? If he says you're pretty, it means you're pretty. Stop overthinking it. Guys, don't overthink it. If he comes up to you and says you're really pretty, he's not saying he likes your shoes. He's saying you're really pretty. That's all he's saying. Okay? Don't overthink it. Guys often just say what they mean. Linda, sex. Linda, give me a question. I can't. If you want me to talk about sex for an hour, I can, but it's not productive. Give me a question. What are you talking about? Would you say live at first sight exists? Jennifer, I assume you mean, would you say love exists at first sight? When love at first sight, what that really means is when you see someone and you have a 10 out of 10 attraction for them. That's love at first sight. So it is all about how they look. That's love at first sight because you're using your eyes and you're seeing someone where you just have 10 out of 10 attraction for them. That's what love at first sight is. And yeah, I suppose it does exist. And it's just high attraction. Linda, meeting a new person and then how long should you wait to have sex and how do you know they are genuine? Great question, Linda. Great question. An important thing to remember here, guys, about sex. When I first met my partner years ago, we had a fantastic date together, right? Fantastic. And what's interesting about that is we also slept together on the first date. If she didn't sleep with me on the first date, I would never have called her again. So keep that in mind, all right? It's how much the guy values himself and what he thinks about sex and all these sort of things. So keep that in mind. Some guys are looking for a wife, but they also sleeping together straight away is also extremely important. So you got to use your intuition. Some guys don't want that. Some guys do. So you really got to think about it and use your intuition a little bit. But another thing to remember, you're not a robot. Don't live by rules. Don't live by, I got to wait till 3 dates in and all this sort of bullshit. It's not productive. Yeah, you're not a robot. You're a human being. You're an emotional, soulful person. So if you go on an amazing date with somebody and it's absolutely amazing, it's super romantic, the sexual chemistry is palpable, you want to rip each other's clothes off, do it. Do it. Life is too short to live by strict rules, okay? Okay. Don't think I'm going to date for a while after this. Was a lot of stress, especially with my. Well, that may be best. Tammy, can I ask if a partner checks your phone every day? Does that mean they have trust issues? Maybe. Maybe. Linda, wow. Use your gut. Use your gut. Your gut doesn't lie. Trust your gut. If you go on 10 dates with somebody and you're not feeling any sexual chemistry, don't sleep together just because it's the 10th date. Just use your gut. How does it feel? Okay, so if someone has insecurities, Tammy, the first thing I ask is how transparent is their partner? Do they have passwords on everything? Do they have passwords on their phone, computer, iPads? Like, do they get a message and then quickly hide their phone? How transparent are they? Are they, if someone sends a message and they say, "Oh, who texted you?" Do you respond with the truth? Or do you say, "Oh, nobody, don't worry about it"? Like, how transparent are you? Because if someone's really secretive and not transparent at all, it's going to create trust issues. It just is. So the first question I ask is, how transparent are you? And you should be pretty transparent with your partner. What if he stops doing what he used to do in the beginning and see each other a lot less? Well, Justin, it's bad if when people don't make their relationship a priority, obviously the relationship goes down quite rapidly. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm a relationship coach. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. If I missed your question at any time, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. You can even go to my website, mattercoaching.com/opt-in and book in a free call with me or watch my case study video. Heaps of ways, guys. Don't live in pain. Let's do something about it, okay? Amy, is there any way to contact you, other TikTok, to have talk or advice? Yeah, there's heaps of ways, Amy. So you can send me a message on Facebook, Instagram, links in my bio. You can send me a message on TikTok. You can email me. You can go to my website, mattercoaching.com/opt-in and book in a free call. Heaps of ways to talk to me, okay? So heaps of ways to talk, heaps of ways to get my coaching. Do it. Don't live in pain. One of the most common things I hear from people is, I wish I talked to you 3 months earlier. I wish I talked to you 6 months earlier. I wish I talked to you 2 years earlier. I hear it all the time because people don't usually come to me unless they're in a lot of pain and they think, "Oh, I can handle it. It'll be good." But then they don't handle it. Then they come and see me 3 months later. Don't wait. Don't live in pain. If you're not where you want to be, do something about it. Do something about it, guys. Fox, how long would you say it will take a person to get over someone you're extremely close with? It takes as long as you want it to. Some people never get over them. Some people I've seen, they haven't seen someone in 10 years and it's been a whole decade and they still think about them all the time because they want to. Other people get over someone in a week. It's how fast do you want to get over them? If you want to get over them really fast, you will. How soon is too soon to meet someone after a crazy situation? Within 24 hours is too soon, but after 24 hours, jump back on that bandwagon. Okay, why do guys stare but they don't want to walk up to you? Unfortunately, we're living in a culture today where online dating is so effective and so good to meet people. It is really convenient. The problem with that is if a guy sees a really good looking woman in a shopping center or a bar or something, he won't go up to her. He'll go, "Oh, she's really attractive. I wonder if she's on Tinder." Because why embarrass yourself in front of 50 people if she doesn't want to know you when you can just send a message and if she doesn't reply, who cares? That's the world we live in at the moment. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, okay? Yeah, I sometimes wish it wasn't like that, but you just got to accept the world for what it is and make the most of it, okay? That's why you have a 40% chance of meeting your ideal partner online, and that number's only going to go up. Tammy, I'm very transparent, but he is not. Well, then that is bad, okay? That is very bad because if he's really insecure and not transparent, those two things don't go together. And that's usually a sign someone is cheating. So if they're really insecure what you're doing, but he's not transparent in what he does, he could be cheating, okay? So that is a bad thing. I'm not saying he is or isn't. I don't know. But it's not good either way. Allah, you missed my comment. I'm sorry about that. I got a lot of comments on here, and I'm talking to different platforms, YouTube and Facebook at the same time as TikTok. So if I miss your question, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Let's chat it out, okay? I already see heaps of messages coming through. I'll get to you as soon as I'm done the live. I'll reply to your messages. I just can't see all the messages. I'm sorry, but definitely try to put your question in. Try to even put it in again. It's too hard for me to scroll up and try to find your message because there's hundreds and hundreds of comments. Just look, if you send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, I always answer all of them. Okay, I answer all the questions on Facebook and Instagram, so send me a message on there. Leslie, I'll try on Instagram because mine's a little too much for a group chat. Yeah, I understand. Totally understand, Leslie. Send me a message on Instagram, and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks for the kind words, guys. Really appreciate it. There are nice people in Australia. Thanks for the nice words, guys. Really appreciate it. I'm a relationship coach. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer it. Linda, also when I was married, the ex would check them out while I was walking right next to him or in the car, and he said he was just looking. What do you think of that? It's rude. Yeah, it's rude. So it's a normal thing for a guy to do, to look at other women, right, when they walk past, but he shouldn't do it in front of you. He shouldn't try to justify that behavior, and it's rude and disrespectful to you. Any questions about relationships, guys? I'm here to help, whatever your questions may be. Okay. Thanks for jumping on, guys. I'm a relationship coach. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. Thank you for helping. I appreciate it. Now it's time to heal and go. I definitely deserve better. Yeah, you definitely do. If you're thinking to yourself, maybe I should get out of this relationship, then you probably should, because it's definitely not a 10 out of 10. But in saying that, if you really want to try to save it, talk to someone like me. I save relationships all the time from breaking up. You can achieve a 10 out of 10 relationship just like I have. You can achieve the same, okay? Relationships can be amazing, guys. They can also be devastating. Why live a devastating one? Okay, is it possible to mend a relationship after a affair? It's not impossible. It's not impossible, but it's almost impossible. Okay? It's like saying, can you go to the moon this weekend? Well, it's not impossible. People have been to the moon before, but the chances of you doing it, almost zero. So the problem is when someone cheats in a relationship, the emotional toxicity is so damaging, it's almost impossible to achieve a 10 out of 10 again, okay? So if someone cheats on you, in short answer, just leave the relationship and find somebody different. I wish I had better advice for you. It's not impossible, but it almost is. Linda, yes, you're great. Thanks so much, Jake. No worries. I'm here to help. I'm a relationship coach, so any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments or send me a message on Facebook, Instagram. Okay, Mauve, why do guys show interest in you in person and then ghost you? They might be talking to somebody else at the same time. Maybe they like you a little bit, but not that much. It could be a whole bunch of reasons. But try not to focus on that someone ghosts you. If someone ghosts you, they're not your ideal partner, are they? So then it's time to move on. Blue Thunder, nice name. How do you know if you're definitely ready to start a relationship? You're not ready for anything in life, Okay, it's never the right time. It's never the right time to start a business. It's never the right time to have a baby. It's never the right time to do anything. You just do it. Okay, so don't think, am I really ready for a relationship? Just do it. Just find somebody, and if you're in love with each other, then that's the right time to be in a relationship. Okay. Fox, around November last year, so trying to release the emotion was tough. Watching Flubber, ever seen it? I have. It's a good movie, but I'm here to talk about relationships. Would be moving away from the area I'm in a good, especially after all this. You can if you want to. Changing areas occasionally is not a bad idea. Yeah, you can if you want. Cameron, thanks for the nice comment, buddy, on YouTube. Any questions about relationships, guys? Put your question in the comments. I'm here to help. Kenzie, thank you. Also, I don't know what's with the relationship. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because your name. Also, how do you know if your feelings for someone are real and or just temporary crush? What's the difference? Yeah. When you first meet somebody, you don't go, I'm 110% going to marry that person. It takes time for emotions to build. It takes time to fall in love with people. It takes time to get to know people. Okay, so don't think, is this real or is it not real? Just go with the flow and see if anything happens. Okay, Tiana, sorry, I'm not single. I'm in a great 10 out of 10 relationship. Tony, just got a new job. Scary, not my usual line of work. Pays well, so I'm winging it and going it. Fake it till you make it, buddy. Oh, do you talk about getting an STD check before you jump in? Linda, I strongly recommend not talking about that, okay? Like, you may think, oh, but it's a really responsible thing to get a guy to do an STD check before you sleep together. If someone asked me to do an STD check on a first date before they slept with me, I would never call them again because it's insulting, okay? Not because it's a bad thing to do, it's just insulting. Okay, so no, I don't recommend it. If you think he has an STD, don't sleep with him, obviously. Don't ask someone to get an STD check unless you're the only person he was the only person that you slept with and then you caught something. Well, then, yeah, you need to tell him, but it'd be a real mood killer, put it that way. Amanda, why do men go cold and hot in a relationship? It comes down to attraction mainly, and some guys withdraw a little bit so they don't seem clingy and desperate. So they may one day they may seem really into you, and the next day they want to withdraw, because they don't want to come across as clingy. Okay. Tiana, Lafla, I'm happy to hear that, because if you're single coaching about relationships, I'll be like, yeah. Tony, I'm a girl. Thank you, buddy. Okay. Congratulations, Tony. Fox, why do guys only seem to be into one thing and nothing serious? A guy's not going to want to get into a relationship with a girl unless he's in love with her. Okay. Especially if it's a high value person. Okay. Why would he? Why would he? Okay. He's not going to want to be in a relationship unless he's got those strong feelings, which are developed over a few months. Tonya, sorry about that, champion. That's my bad. Any questions about relationships, guys? I'm here to help, whatever your questions may be. If I miss your question at any time, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. I'm here to help. Okay. I'm glad you got a good attitude about that, champion. Relationships can be amazing. Yeah, they can also be devastating. Why live in a devastating one? You can have a 10 out of 10 relationship, okay? You can. I achieved it. You can achieve it too. There was a time in my life where I didn't think it was possible. I thought I was destined to be unlucky in love. But once you learn the methods and how to do it, you can have a 10 out of 10 relationship with the person of your dreams. Okay, Angie. Okay, tips for single mums who just started to decide to try dating. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as if you're a mum or if you're not a mum. Yeah, there's not really a lot of difference. But there's a few things that are different. Okay, so you still have the majority of chance to find your ideal partner online dating. You still have a 40% chance of finding your ideal partner online. Okay, so get on online dating and start talking to people. You don't need to come straight out of the bat and tell them that you have kids. If before the, like on the first date or beforehand, they don't need to know because it's too soon. Wait till the second day, wait till the third day to tell them you have kids. Okay. Yeah, that's about the only differences. Other than that, just get out there. Tonya, what do you yourself look for? Look, a lot of guys who are masculine and are strong, confident alpha male leaders, they want a girl who's feminine. Okay. They don't want a girl who's masculine. They want a girl who's feminine. Okay. Linda, is that 10 out of 10 guideline on your Facebook page? Linda, don't overthink 10 out of 10. Yeah, 10 out of 10, when I say a 10 out of 10 relationship, it's just your personal opinion. So like if you're in a relationship right now, rate it out of 10. How good do you think the relationship is out of 10? Do you say, oh, it's a 5 out of 10 or it's an 8 out of 10? Well, that's what it is. No one can tell you how you feel. No one can tell you that your relationship is a 10 out of 10. It's something you feel. Yeah. A 10 out of 10 to you, maybe a 5 out of 10 to me. Okay. All the other way around. It's just your personal opinion about how you rate it out of 10. It's like if you go out for dinner and you have a nice meal, what you rate the meal out of 10. No one can tell you if you're right or wrong. It's just your personal opinion. Okay. What do you do when his mum gets involved in everything? You guys need to have a proper conversation, and the wife and husband should be a team. And extending, sorry about that, guys. The husband and wife should be a team, okay? So anyone extended out of the family shouldn't be involved in the relationship. And if they are too much, tell them, hey, step back. Yeah, set those boundaries up. And he should be saying the same thing. Red, if you were in a comfortable relationship that wasn't exactly filled with romance, would you stay or go? Would I stay or go? My personal opinion, Red, I wouldn't be in a situation in a relationship where it wasn't full of romance, because I know how to pump a relationship full of romance until it's overflowing. Okay, so you can have that too. You just got to know how, but it's also a lot of the man's responsibility in that fact. Like, he's got to do a lot of the romantic stuff to make the relationship romantic. Okay. Justin, he was 7-year relationship with my ex, and they broke up 11 months ago, and we got together. Okay. Deb, what about for a 52-year-old? What about for a 52-year-old woman? What advice for getting back in the dating game? One of my clients is a 48-year-old woman, and I showed her how to use. I talked her through dating apps and online dating properly, and she found a 10 out of 10 relationship. Okay, so you can too. There's other people who in the same age bracket as you on online dating. Plenty of Fish and Hinge and Tinder and all the, there's heaps of them, okay? And there's people in the same boat as you in the same age bracket. Or if you don't want to do online dating, which I recommend because your chances are very high, if you don't want to do online dating, do your hobbies, okay? Do your hobbies. If your hobbies are motocross, motorbike riding, or horse riding, go and do those hobbies. Do them all the time, because you're most likely going to meet someone. You might meet a guy who's single and likes the same hobbies and is doing them at the same time. And then suddenly you got a great thing to connect on. It's a really powerful thing. It's really great. Linda, I'm 55. Well, that's great. You look great for 55, champion. Justin has pictures on Facebook and won't take them down. My family says it's a big red flag. As in of the ex. If someone has pictures of their ex online in romantic situations, yeah, that is bad. That is definitely bad. Tonya, what can I say for a 13-year anniversary surprise for my hobby? Well, ask yourself what he wants. What does he value most highly? Does he value a nice watch, or does he value physical touch, or does he value a holiday away together, or does he value a new motorbike? Well, what does he value? What does he want? We often, I see this problem so many times, people get gifts for people that they think are appropriate. Don't get what you think you'd want. Get him what he wants. Okay, get him what he wants. Okay. Mads, what's your profession? I'm a relationship coach. Yeah, that's all I do. I don't do anything else. I'm just a full-time relationship coach, and I help people all around the world with different relationship issues. There's two main things I do, guys, which I should have explained earlier. I either help single people find their ideal partner and then achieve a 10 out of 10 relationship, or I work with a couple, a man and a woman, and I show them how to get their relationship to a 10 out of 10 if they're struggling. Anthony, what do you value? If it is physical touch, I'm game. Anthony, I'm in a relationship, and thanks for the kind words, and it is physical touch. Tonya, I was thinking of surprising with a house, as in buying him a house. That's buying someone a house is a hell of a gift. There you go. Are you in a relationship? Yes, I sure am, Blondie. Do you have any help for a mother and son? Yeah, just be supportive. Yeah, whatever your son is doing, just be supportive. Don't criticize him. Don't tell him what he should and shouldn't do with his life. Don't say, I like this, but I don't like that. That's being criticizing. And a lot of mothers do it because they say, oh, I'm just trying to do what's best for him and just trying to help him out so he doesn't go through pain and all this sort of shit. All you're doing is hurting the relationship. So just be supportive. That's all you have to do. So he says, hey, Mum, I just bought a motorbike. And you go, oh, okay, that's cool, honey. That's it. Or he says, oh, Mum, I just married a stripper. You go, oh, okay, that's cool. I hope she's nice. Just be supportive. That's all you do because it's his life, not yours. Linda, I'm just finding it scary to let the walls down again. Everybody does. Everybody does, Linda. It's not just a problem you deal with. Everybody does. That's why I made the relationship timeline where you date someone for 2 or 3 months before getting into a committed relationship with them. Okay? Very important. Okay. Cajun, how do you know when you start dating after a 10-year toxic, emotional, verbal, very little physical abuse? Look, Cajun, all that other stuff that happened in your past isn't important. Don't hold on to it. Don't label it. Don't put heaps of energy into it because it's going to ruin your future, okay? The right time to start dating is today. Get out there and find somebody. Farmer Nanny, 46F large lady, connect mentally on dating sites, make them aware of my size, yet when I meet, I feel my size turns them off physically. Yeah, probably. Look, guys, attraction matters. Yeah, it does. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that attraction doesn't matter and people only judge people by their personality because we don't. Everybody judges people by their cover, and attraction matters big time. So if you're 400 kilos, you're going to have trouble finding a date. I wish it wasn't the case. I wish I could say, no matter what you look like, no matter who you are, no matter what's wrong with you, you're going to find your ideal partner. You may find your ideal partner if you're 400 kilos and you're depressed and you have anxiety and all these other things. You may, but it definitely lowers your chances of dateability. So you got to think to yourself, how dateable am I? How attractive am I? And constantly keep working on that attraction, okay? If there is something that isn't that attractive about you, try to fix it, okay? You got a bad haircut, get a good one. You know, you wear shabby clothes, get some nice clothes. Make yourself as attractive as possible and keep working on, like, my body's not perfect, but I work on it every day. Okay, you work on it every day, work on how attractive you are. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that attraction doesn't matter, because it does matter. It matters big time. That's why people who have great bodies and they're beautiful, they get a lot of dates. Yeah, it's because they're more dateable. They look more attractive. Thanks for the TikTok gifts, guys. Appreciate it. It's been over a year, and every time, and I can't tell if I overthink everything or I just learn and pay attention now to red flags. Look, Cajun, you're probably overthinking it. Yeah. Ali, thanks for the gifts, buddy. Appreciate it. What is 400 kilos? 800 pounds. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm a relationship coach. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. I'm here to help. I'll stay on for about another 5 minutes, guys, because my computer's about to run out of battery. 400 kilos, a person would be a dead dude. Yeah, most likely. I was just exaggerating, obviously. Like, even the strongest, even those big 7 foot tall strong men, they're only like 200 kilos. So that'd be massive. Tonya, I was 32 double D, 140 pounds, not small but cute, and my personality won. Yeah, look, 140 pounds isn't that heavy. That's not bad. When you're edging up towards 200 pounds and you're not a tall woman, then that's probably getting on the heavy side. I don't like girls who are too light and scrawny. I don't like that. Personally, I like the curves and all that sort of stuff, and a lot of guys feel the same. But there's also a limit. Like, not many guys want to date a girl who's heavier than they are. Any questions about relationships, guys? Put it in the comments. I'm here to help. If I missed your question, at any time, guys, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and we can have a chat one-on-one about your situation, okay? Annie, my boyfriend and I get along great, amazingly, but I'm not sexually attracted to him. You need to end the relationship. Depending on how old you are, Annie. Yeah. If you're like 16, well, maybe. Like, how old are you? That's the only factor. "29. Well, Annie, if you're 29, then you know what you're sexually attracted to and what you're not. If you're not sexually attracted to him at all, end the relationship. Okay? Okay, Metallic, if you've lost respect for your partner, how do you get it back? Or is it just a lost cause? Depends what it is. Okay? So if you have no respect for them and it's pretty much hatred, then that's really bad. That's really bad. And it is hard to get it back. Okay? But you'll also be aware of the thoughts we tell ourselves. Okay? So your partner may do something annoying and you may say in your head, stupid bitch, in your head. Be aware of those thoughts. If those thoughts pop in your head, fix them and say, no, that's not true. She is great. She's a beautiful person and everything about her is great. That's positive reassurance. Give yourself that positive reassurance, because negativity spirals, positivity spirals upwards. So positive reassurance, it makes a big difference. Tonya, I'm 50 in March. I'm good. That's great. Fantastic. Claudia, is the relationship doomed to feel you have to compete for their attention against his child? No, it's not doomed. Okay. If you don't have kids, Claudia, and he does, he's going to put a lot of affection and work into his kids. That's just reality. Okay. You don't have to worry about it, just as long as sometimes he makes you a priority. Okay. But it's not a deal breaker. Okay. It's a normal parenting trait. It's been 9 years though. I feel stuck. If you feel stuck in a relationship, guys, make an exit plan. An exit plan is something which says where are you going? When are you leaving? What are you going to say? You got money, you got a car, you need family help, you got kids. Like, write down everything so you got a really solid exit plan. Still dealing with my breakup about 4 months ago. It's impacted my career and mental state. Only because you wanted to, in my head, boy. Like, come on. First of all, what sort of name is that? It's like an emo name or something. Come on, dude. Change your name. If you're having trouble in that department, speak to a counselor, okay? Because if a relationship for you ended 4 years ago, you should be well and truly over it. No one should take 4 months to get over over 4 months to get over a relationship, okay? Step out. Are you a strong, confident alpha male leader, or you're a little girl? Come on, dude. Toughen up. Do you have any idea for virtual dates? Yeah, unfortunately, Little Miss Trouble, virtual dates are pretty shit. Yeah, no matter how good you're making them, they're pretty shit. Just FaceTime each other, have something to eat, chat. That's about all you can do. It's not great. I'm not going to lie and say virtual dates are great. They're not. But you can still do it. In my head, boy, how do I go about moving on? Make your list of hobbies that you want to do. Do your hobbies, okay? Do your hobbies. Jump on Tinder, start talking to other people. Just get back into it. Yeah, stop telling yourself that you have a problem because you're just reinforcing that negative state. Andrea, I just saw your message. Send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, okay? I'll tell you how I can help. Guys, I'm out of time. I got some relationship calls to do, relationship coaching calls that I have to do with some clients. If I missed your question or you want to talk to me more, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll talk to you one-on-one about your situation. You can even go to my website, mattercoaching.com/opt-in, and book in a free call with me or watch my case study video, okay? But send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll do my best to help. And thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Love all the questions. They've been absolutely great. My purpose in life is to help as many